Okay, so I'm producing this. Sorry, just it's my dog. She's down here. She's kicking off. Say hello, Six. Six. Sis. Say hello. Say hello. Sis. Say hello. Sorry, she wants to go home. Okay, so I've been making bits of content recently, doing different videos. Some of them are very short, some a bit longer. She'll stop in a second before she wants to go home. And I've been trying to kind of like, what is it that people want to hear? I've been positioning myself as very much an unfinished entrepreneur, which is exactly what I am. I'm somebody that's going through the journey. I run a couple of different companies. We've got a very small team. We're a team of 10 basically across our businesses. So we're not a huge business by any means. So we're not a big business by any means. We're not huge. We're very much an SME. Last year we started with just 3 of us. We've grown to 4, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. Grew up to 12. Came back down to 9, up to 10. So you know, with that kind of size. Last year we did 6. Stop it. Stop. I'm talking. Stop. Last year we did just under £250,000, I think, in turnover. This year we're hoping to go around sort of 600,000. So we're growing. It's good, isn't it? It's a good size. But sorry, just 2 seconds. Stop. Sit. Suki. Sit. Sit. Stay. Good girl. Calm down. Well, apologies. So we're a small business. We're not huge. Some people would say, "Wow, you know, £250,000 is huge amounts of money. It's huge amounts." But obviously the costs come with it. And you know, when I started, I can remember losing £18,000 in my first year. We made £7,000 in income. We did £7,000 in income, and we lost 18 grand. And the year after that, I think we did £43,000 in income, and we lost 18 grand. So in the first 2 years, we lost £36,000, and that money had to come from somewhere. It came straight out of my own pocket. But we massively into debt, a debt that, you know, we felt the back end of for years and years onwards. So it's not easy. It's hard to go through. And I'm trying to find in these videos kind of what people want to hear, or what the message I'm trying to get across. Not so much what you want to hear, but the message I'm trying to get across. And it's difficult because I'm going through the struggles. That's why I call myself an unfinished entrepreneur, because I'm not there. I'm not coming at this from a position of I've made it, I've made loads of money, I've built all these big organisations, and this is how you do it. This is the kind of the scheme and the process, and this is the route to follow. Because that's not the case. I haven't built huge organisations, and I haven't made loads of money. I'm still here Wednesday evening, 5:45, working. I'll be here for another hour and a half. I expect 2 hours. I'm ploughing on. I started this morning at 8. I'll finish tonight. I'll go home. I'll have something to eat, and I'll work for another 3-4 hours before I go to bed. I'll get up tomorrow at 6, and I'll continue on. So it's all day, every day. This is kind of what I do. So it's not easy in that sense. You've got to obviously dedicate your time. I've done some videos about time. But yeah, so this is really kind of me trying to position who I am and where I'm coming from, in the sense of I'm going through the trials and tribulations that other business owners from very small independent cafes, shops, one-man bands, people working from home, all sorts of different types of businesses, all the way through to, I'd say, businesses that are kind of turning 1.2, 1.3 million. I'm going to feel these pressures and these pains, and hopefully the things I talk about, everybody else will recognise and understand and be able to relate to. If you don't run a business and you want to do it, then hopefully some of these things that I say will be good lessons and things to learn from. I've made plenty of mistakes. I'm still making them. I'm happy to embrace my mistakes and move forwards and talk about those quite openly. I don't think there's really anything that I wouldn't talk about in terms of the business lessons that I've been through and I've learned and stuff like that. There's nothing really too taboo. So any point, just fire questions. It's absolutely fine. Facebook, Twitter, whatever you want. Just send them to me. I'll answer them very honestly, I promise. So today this was more about kind of it's been a mentally crazy couple of months. We're doing a huge amount here in one of our businesses. It's growing. We're trying to grow it very fast, but with growth comes a lot of investment, a lot of time, a lot of money, and we're a tourism business, so cash flow to us is just absolutely crucial to keeping alive. And we're in our quietest months, so we don't have that cash flow, our business dies. And if our business dies in the quiet months, then we can't make the money in the busy months because we've got no business. So it's really important we get through that. So we've been looking at that and how we kind of invest and how we grow our business and such like that. So that's been really kind of quite stressful. It's been quite difficult, and just figuring out the best way for us to do this really. The team have been working really hard. Chris, the ops director, has been working really hard on it. Myself and Emma, who does media and marketing, trying to get through it. So it's been a good day today. I'm pleased to say we met with somebody new today who's going to be a new partner of ours, who's going to be a new supplier actually, who we're going to sign into, and we're going to have a new style of event coming. We're very excited about it. It's going to be an investment of a good few £1,000s we have to invest into it to make it work, but we're going to push hard to get it in the next 3 to 4 weeks and hopefully launch a brand new style of event from the 1st of March, which should be great. It's going to be brilliant, and we're very happy it's going to work and do very well for us. I've just spent probably the last 4 months working with a new booking agent just to try and get us a new booking software onto our site, because 92% of our bookings come online. So it's really important that we have a very solid online booking system. So I've been working with a new partner, a much smaller company than we worked with previously, but much better suited to our business, because we're a small business, they're a small business. They can relate to what we need a lot better rather than the huge. We were working with a big Fortune 500 company, and they're great for John Smiths and they're great for John Lewis and WH Smiths and all those kind of things. But for a small business, making less than £500,000 in income, they don't support what we need. So we've gone with a smaller business. We think it's going to be a great partner for us in terms of what we need. And I guess today's video, without waffling too much, I'm trying to keep it under 10 minutes, was more about when you're running a business and you've created this business and kind of you've got this vision of what you want it to be and where you want it to go. You've got this destination. You know where you are now. You've got this destination. Where's my hand? You've got this destination, and now you've got to walk that path. You've got to go along that path from where you are to where you want to be. As an entrepreneur and a business person, it's important to keep that destination very firmly set. That's where it is, that's where we're going, that's where we're heading. When you bring other people into the team, it's important that they know that path, and that's the way you're going and that's the way you're heading, and everybody gets on board and builds the vehicle that's going to take you there. Because if you don't, people are going to have left, right, sideways, all over the place, and it's just, you're never going to get there. So it's important that everybody follows that kind of vision and knows where they're going. I truly believe that. I'm trying to spend a fair bit of time with my team just asking questions like, how's it going? Do you need anything from me? Have you got enough to do? Do you know what you're doing? Is everything okay? All those kind of things, just making sure that they're very much part of that journey, because they are part of that journey. But along that journey, you hit the challenges, you hit the trials and tribulations and such, and you get the questions. And ultimately, most of the time, I find those questions are ranging from different things, but you find yourself asking yourself the question as the owner, as the manager, as the CEO or the founder or whoever it is that directs the business. You find yourself asking the question, was that the right decision? Am I going the right way? Should I go this way or this way? And I don't think I've ever found myself in more crossroads in my life than when I'm running a business. It's very easy to work for somebody else, because if you're not sure which direction to go, you just look up and go, which direction should I go? And they'll tell you which direction should you go. But eventually, somewhere, from you looking up, and maybe your boss looking up, and maybe their boss looking up, somebody at the very, very top is going to make that decision. Do we go left? Do we go right? Do we go straight on? Do we swerve a little bit? How are we going to do this? And it's very difficult as a small business owner to make those decisions and know you're making the right decisions. For example, the new software that we're taking on, the new booking systems that we're taking on. How do I know that's the right software for us? How do I know that's the right decision? And is it right to go with a small business who could go into administration in a few weeks, rather than going with this big Fortune 500 who's completely solid and stable and isn't going anywhere? I think Woolworths. So never say never. But they're really solid, and they've got 500 employees throughout the UK and 10,000 employees across the world. Or do go with a small business that's got 50 odd employees and is just kind of starting out, type of stuff. So how do I know that decision's right? How do I know when I move staff to different roles or different positions, or ask them to take care of this piece of work, or we invest money over here in this new program? How do I know that's going to work? And I think the brutal answer, the honest truth is, I don't actually. I can't guarantee 100% that's going to work. The money we're going to spend soon, the few £1,000s we're going to spend investing in this new product, this new partnership for this new event we're going to start, do I know 100% guaranteed that's going to work? No, I don't. What I do know though is that I've got a gut feeling I think that's very important for business people, entrepreneurs. I think that's a really important thing to listen to. I've got a gut feeling that will work. I know what the cost is. I know what we can sell it at. I know what we should be doing in terms of numbers on each session. And I know how many sessions I'm going to have to run to make my return. And then I have to look at it and weigh up and go, is it feasible that actually all of that makes sense? And the money I spend, can I make that back through, will I hit 100%? Will I hit 80% of capacity? And how much am I going to make from each session? And how long will it take that session to pay back? And is that feasible? And can I do it in a period of time? And the answer is yes, it is. But there's a lot of pressure that has to go into that. We have to do a lot in terms of work and marketing. A lot of branding and such. We have to launch it in the right way. We have to have all the back-end health and safety processes in place, and all that kind of stuff adds up and takes in money, and that all adds into setting it all up and getting it going. And I'm trying not to lose my plot too much. Sorry, because I appreciate it's some of the first videos I've done, so I might be a little bit all over the place to begin with. I'm no Gary Vaynerchuk, let's say, as yet in the way I speak, but I'll get better, I promise. But I have to kind of go with my belief, with my vision, that this is the right way that we're going. And once I've made that decision, I go with it. I don't double guess myself and second guess myself and go, do you know what? Oh, no, should I make that? No, I don't in 2 days kind of going, I'm not sure whether I should make that decision. I've made it. That's the way we're going. We've got to move forwards. I'm not saying we don't adjust and we don't go, well, actually, we thought it would fit this market, and actually we're discovering it's going to fit this market better, and therefore we just adjust. Adjustments are fine. Changes, that's okay. We can do that. That's fine. But what I don't do is kind of invest into it and go, do you know what? Massive mistake. Chuck it all out. We've made the decision. That's the way we're going. And I think as somebody who runs your business, as an entrepreneur, it's very important that when you make those decisions, you don't keep double guessing yourself. You don't second guess yourself. You don't ruminate and you don't procrastinate on that decision. You've done it. You've made the decision. Get on with it. Just do it. Like Nike said, they're better than anybody. Just do it. Sometimes it'd be nice if they put a little F in there. Just fucking do it. Just get on and bloody do it. But that's what I strongly believe. So I think that's important, and that's kind of a message for today. And I think it's the same with staff. We recently took on a new member of staff. She started with us at the beginning of December. I knew, and our ops director knew, that she was the right person for the role. We knew she'd be very good. We could see that she had the skills. They're very raw skills, but we knew she had the fundamental skills that we wanted in that role. And we gave her that. And one of the things we found difficult, both myself and Chrissy, was we struggled to let go of a lot of the things we did that we wanted her to do, because it's yours. You kind of created that, and it's hard to let go. And sometimes we kind of get to a point where you look at it and go, do you know what? It's just quicker for me to do it. By the time I've explained it to you, it's actually just quicker for me to do it. But you can't grow in that sense. You need to get rid of some of the stuff. You can't do everything. So it was good to be able to pass some of that down to her. And one of my mentors, effectively, I've been very lucky in a number of different ways to have a couple of very good mentors who come from very different backgrounds, who I can call and ask advice and stuff like that. And they're fantastic. And one of them said to me once, when I was questioning about whether I'd employed the right person, or how do I let go of this task that I've always done, but I need somebody else to do it because I need to spend my time over here developing and building, and I can't do all of it. And he said, if you've employed somebody to do a job, then you need to let them do that job. That's what you've done. You've put them in. That's your decision. If you're not going to let them do that job, you're going to micromanage them. Basically, what you're saying is you don't trust your own decision. You don't trust the decisions you make, and therefore, what's the point of any of it? He put together a really good analogy for me once, which was you've bought the dog, now let it bark. Which as a dog owner I thought was very apt. But I think just in business, it's important that we stick strong and confident to the decisions we make, and once we've made those decisions, just go with them. It's not going to be perfect. You will need to adjust, and you will need to make small changes and tweaks. It's absolutely going to happen. But if you make the decision, go with it, and don't be afraid to make the decision, because that's the difference between staying at this tiny little size or this small kind of business, and you want to grow, you really want to do it, but you're nervous, you don't want to make those mistakes. So rather than make the mistakes, you just stay down here. You don't want to make that decision. You don't want to push forwards. Just do it. Just literally fucking do it. Make the decision, push forwards, go with it. I can't promise it'll be easy. I can't promise it will always be right. but I can promise you that if you do it, you'll never regret it. It's highly likely that you could sit at the end of your life, in your 70s, 80s, 90s, 100s, however old you get to, and you go, do you know what? I really wish I'd done that. I really wish I made that decision. I'd gone for it. I mean, we could all put ourselves in that position. Hindsight's a wonderful thing. So I guess my message today, it's taken me 15 minutes to get to it, so apologies, is if you're running a business or you want to run a business, just make the bloody decision. Don't hang around. Choose it, do it, get it done. Get the grind in, put the hours in, put the time in. It's not going to be easy, I promise you that. It's not going to be easy, it's hard. If it wasn't, every bloody person would do it. But just do it. And if you're not sure, and there's two different options, you're not quite there. If you need to ask advice. There's loads of people you can do. And if all else fails and you trust me enough, tweet me, Facebook me, email me if you like. And I will put in my idea, and I'll say, I would go this way. This is what I would do. But it's not what I would do, because I'm not the one I would have to do it. I'm not the one that has to do it. You're the one that has to do it. So it should be a decision that you're happy with. If I say, this is what I would do, and you think, no, that's not what I would do, trust your gut feeling. Every time I've had a gut feeling and I've gone against it, I've been wrong. Every time I've had a gut feeling and I've gone with it, I've been right. So that's my piece of advice. Make the decision, go with it, trust your gut feeling. Apologies if it's taken so long. I promise, I'm going to get better at these videos. If there's anything you want to ask or see or have me talk about or anything, I'm more than happy. Please just send me the messages. If you troll me and send me a message to say stop doing these bloody videos, then expect me to troll you back. So that's it for today, and yeah, I'll try and do some more later this week.